3rd, 2019. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. Thank you. 1990s. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But this is, I had this when I was in Santa Monica. Old school. Old school, right?
I can't get into
You and your hair, him and his coat.
We're going to have public comment. Any persons wishing to address the, oh no, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Quorum is present for City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, and Finance Authority.
Any person wishing to address the City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority on any item on today's agenda other than the public hearing may do so at this time.
Mayor, I would like to address something that I hope will fall under payment of the bills, city's budget. And it has to do with an article in the LA Times, Thursday, July 18th, where they go on to let us know that LA County property tax rolls hit record $1.6 trillion. Still wonder why the roads aren't being repaired. $1.6 trillion. But the article goes further. It mentions a town you may have heard of called Inglewood. I'll read verbatim. The largest single reassessment was for the NFL stadium being built on the site of the former Hollywood Park racetrack in Inglewood.
Bless you.
Bless you.
The $1.94 billion added for the portion of the project completed. See, they haven't assessed it for its, but in value, this is where we are now. Completed through June 30th, boosted that city's overall tax base 25.7%. 1 year. Well, you guys chew on that for a second. By far the highest percentage increase in the county, I'd say the country. The change, this is key, will provide an additional $276,000 to the city, $463,000 to the Inglewood Unified School District, and the county gets $580,000 of it to do what they normally do, misappropriate it. People, it's right there in front of your face now. What else can be said about this? You look at our roads, our potholes are getting covered. And because of what's happening over there, venture investment capitalism is what made all this happen, and some daring men and women. And I can't believe I'm living through it. It's like a dream for me. Only gonna get better, but we must be diligent because, folks, there's gonna be boatloads of money coming into our city's coffers. Just like who was it? It happened Friday. The Department of Water and Power and City Hall downtown got raided. It can happen here if we fall prey to corruption and misappropriation. But I know that's better. There are better people than that in here. I already know that. You guys have to know that. And we all have to be diligent because everybody's going to show up and have their hand out. Folks who don't deserve it, folks who didn't know we were alive 4 years ago. And with that, I'm finished pontificating.
Yeah, I let you go over so you could clean that up.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, and I'm jumping on that bandwagon right now. I want to thank him for coming up there. Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Okay. With that, we'll close public comment. Madam Clerk, what's the next scheduled matter?
Matter is a public hearing to consider placing delinquent refuge and sewer accounts for direct property tax assessment.
Has notice of the hearing been given in a time, form, and manners required by law, and do you have the affidavit on file?
Has been given, an affidavit is on file.
Have any communications been received? Is there a staff report, Mr. City Manager?
Sharon Corkey, our Assistant Finance Director, will give the staff report.
All right.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the City Council. This is a public hearing to place the outstanding delinquent refuse and sewer charges on the property tax bill for collection. As of May 31, there are 287 delinquent refuse and sewer accounts with charges in excess of $250 that are past due more than 90 days. The total outstanding amount of these accounts represent $147,000 of uncollected revenue. Each year, the city reviews delinquent refuse and sewer accounts and submits them to the County of LA for placement on property tax rolls for collection. Full collection of these outstanding charges prevents utility customers who are not in good standing from having to subsidize the service delivery costs of others. The proposed 2019 year lien list contains residential, single-family, multi-unit apartment buildings, and commercial properties. The Customer Service Division of the Finance Department has provided copies of tenants' delinquent utility bill notices to the affected property owners, as well as hearing notices in both English and Spanish. As in past years, the Finance Department will work directly with property owners to resolve issues concerning their delinquent accounts through the hearing date, and will work with customers to resolve their delinquent balances even after the lien has been submitted to the County of Los Angeles. As of today, the Finance Department has worked with 54 property owners to have them removed from the lien list, and we look forward to working with any other additional property owners that would like to resolve this issue directly. You have any questions?
Well, first of all, are there any persons present who wish to address the council on the matter? Okay, with that, public comment portion is closed.
I move adoption number 2.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Aye.
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 Aye. Move number 3.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Aye.
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 Aye. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Allow payments.
Second. Aye.
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 All right, we'll need to go back. It's
Your
council
microphone.
members.
Your microphone.
It's can't hear,
There you
sorry.
go.
It's council members, successor agency, and housing authority members. Dodson,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 9.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members, Dodson,
Aye.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR1.
Staff report recommending approval of a 3-year agreement with an option to extend for 2 additional years with Passport Lab, Inc. to provide software for processing collections and other related services for parking citations.
Move approval.
Second.
Before we call for the question, is Mario Inga here? Confirm for me the funding source for this 3.225 million.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council members. The funding source is for the parking fund, and that fund already exists in our current budget.
I understand. So this was budgeted in this year's budget. It is not a compilation of fines, or is this in part a result of fines that are collected and placed into the general fund?
Correct.
Okay. And I imagine that there's some calculation as to whether this exceeds the amount that we collect in fines?
Yes.
Okay, so this is below the threshold of collections, is that right?
Yes.
So this is transparent to the general fund, to general fund reserves.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR2?
Staff report recommending approval to amend agreement number 18-055 with Murphy's Bowl LLC to include an additional $1,345,204.73 to cover certain additional city costs and activities associated with hiring third-party consultants necessary to provide certain environmental legal activities and services on behalf of the city as required and/or contemplated by the exclusive negotiating agreement, and to amend agreement number 18-056 with ESA to amend the Phase 2 scope and increase the cost of $1,229,430.
Move approval items 1 through 3.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Members Dodson. Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. A1?
Thank you, Mayor. We had a closed session regarding anticipated litigation. There was one item regarding an employment-related matter. As to that one, a discussion held and no action was taken.
A2?
A2, there's no reports from the city attorney's office.
CM1?
Or reports from City Manager's Office.
CC1? City Treasurer is not present. Before we go to CI1, I have a special commendation for Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. Is there a representative here? And it's our distinct pleasure to recognize Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles as the first recipient of the city's Sustainability Leaders Award. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles is a destination place for both tourists and locals desirous of food, historic greatness, and fun. We emphatically recommend that Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles, you know that I don't call it LAX Roscoe's, right? Right. On their robust recycling and organic waste composting program, leading the city in exemplary progress towards helping the city meet its sustainability and recycling goals. Their back of the house operation ensures all food scraps are composted and all recyclables are properly sorted and kept out of the waste stream. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles has taken ownership and responsibility of their contributions to the community and to our planet. Now therefore be it known that the mayor and council of the city of Inglewood, California, hereby salute Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles for accepting their role in society as a leader in environmental sustainability. Presented this 23rd day of July, 2019. I'm gonna have to tell you guys, that Kathy Ayers is like a scholar.
Yeah.
All right, so if you had a couple words, then we could take a picture.
Honored. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too good today.
Okay.
So I just want to say thank you, and we're honored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a picture.
Now we're to CI1.
Initiative by Councilmember Alex Padilla requesting city sponsorship of the 6th Annual District 2 Picnic and Chili Cook-Off event to be held on Saturday, September 7th, 2019, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at North Park.
Move approval. Second. Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes for the successor agency meeting held on June 25th, 2019.
Move approval. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the successor agency housing authorities in session H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on June 25th, 2019.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. Adjourn the housing authority, the finance authorities in session F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on June 25th, 2019.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Finance Authority members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the finance authority. There are no appointments. Wait a minute. I don't think so. Hold on a second. There are some reappointments to boards and commissions. A reappointment as follows. Willie Agee to the advisory committee. No, appointment to the advisory committee of the naming of public facilities by the mayor. So Councilman Franklin nominates and I appoint,
I concur.
hold on a second, Dolly Morrison to the advisory committee on naming of boards and commissions.
Now I concur.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. 3 copies.
Yeah, but just 3.
Now, I nominate and appoint Willie Agee to the advisory committee for the naming of public facilities. Is it, Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk?
Oh, thank you. Council members Dodson.
Aye.
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 Aye. I guess I can do these all at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am nominating and appointing Joan Richardson to the Aviation Committee, the same to Dr. Manuel Tigarino and Gustavo Ungo to the Citizen Police Oversight Commission, Gene Eldridge to the Construction Appeals Board, Odess Riley to the Housing Advisory Commission, Patricia Crenshaw to the Human Affairs Commission, Pat Sanders to the Library Board, Willie Agee to the Parks and Recreation Commission, Michael Bimbo to the Parking and Traffic Commission, Larry Springs to the Planning and Zoning Board, Christopher Brown to the Youth Commission.
So move concurrence to all the appointments.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Public comments. Any persons wishing to address the council on any matter connected with city business and not elsewhere considered on the agenda may do so at this time. Oh, yes, I do.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, and staff. I would just like to thank Mr. Padilla for his wonderful outreach of the pantry and food drive he had this weekend. It was a great, beautiful turnout. I'd like to thank Mr. Franklin for coming up and showing out, but mostly I'd just love to thank the whole council as a whole to provide food for people that have none. Just keep up the outstanding job you're doing for our city and our citizens. And thank you very much, and everyone have a blessed and beautiful week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
With that, we'll close public comment. Mayor and council remarks. Councilman Dodson, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Next week.
Councilman Padilla,
Well, I look at
District 2.
2 minutes and 50 seconds added to my time.
Actually, you just lost 2 seconds.
Oh man, I see how it is. Man, it's a tough crowd. But no, to piggyback Stuart. And first off, thank you, Stuart. Stuart was there the whole day at this food drive that we did this past Saturday, and he was a tremendous help. Loading things, unloading things. I mean, just Johnny on the spot. There's pictures up there, as you can see. I want to thank all the council members, staff that are on the dais that came out to support this event. Mr. Fields, Campos, everybody that's up here. Yvonne and Jerome came out. Thank you so much. Councilmember Franklin, Morales, the mayor was a big supporter as well. And I got to tell you, if you see, we have SGS, Safe Gas Services, showed up with the whole van full of boxes of cereal. They went down to Smart and Final and worked out a deal with the manager to just load up all the cereal that they had in the store, everything from the back in the warehouse. And that thing was packed. And Eloy was our first person there before it even started. We were putting, you could see people were dropping off early on. Yep. So I just want to thank the community.
It looks like he was taking them out.
That was his kids. The kids were like, Dad, get the Cocoa Puffs. So he was taking it home for breakfast. That was the breakfast of champions. But I want to just thank the community. I mean, if it wasn't for the community support, we could not have raised about 3 truckloads of food that were donated. And so I want to thank the community here in Inglewood and outside of Inglewood. We had folks from Westchester, Culver City, some folks from Santa Monica that came out and donated to our food drive. And I say ours because it was for all of us here in the city of Inglewood. Everything was collected and donated to the food pantry, LAX Food Pantry, which is here in Inglewood on Beach Boulevard, right just west of Centinela. So a big shout out to our whole Inglewood community. I also want to thank our co-sponsors for this event, Eric Hawley with the Chamber, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, 7-Eleven stores, Republic Services, Fiesta Martin Restaurant, the 313 Salon, and Safe Gas Services Earthquake Safety Valves for coming out to support this event. I also had an opportunity on Sunday to go to the farmers market in Westchester, representing not only the council, but representing the Knights of Columbus. Those of you know that I'm a knight, and there's some pictures up there. We did a classic car show, and I can't tell you, matter of fact, the Congresswoman, Maxine Waters, was there, and it was so nice to see how many folks came out and were talking to about all the good things happening in Inglewood. Tremendous. Everybody wanted to know about the stadium and wanting to know about the
this is like the Oscars
development. And look at that 57 yellow 50. That looks familiar. That's my car. But so that'll lead into, don't forget Hispanic Heritage coming up September 14th, and then also my picnic as we approved today on September 7th. If you want to get in the chili cook-off, we're only going to have 12 spaces. So if you want to get in, you got to let us know like today, this week or something, because we're going to fill them up. So please let us know. Other than that, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Yeah, we'll get the flyers out for the chili cook-off.
Councilman Franklin, District 4.
So, Councilman Medea, now I understand why when I went to Spartan Final there was no cereal. So I ended up having to go to Costco. Anyway, those that were able to give, gave from the heart. And that's what it's all about. And we're blessing those in their time of need. And we don't need recognition. It's just a mere fact that we're able to be doers, and we did. And on that note, have a blessed day. Thank you.
Councilman Morales, District 3.
Same thing. Great support. Alex, does a great job of kind of using our position here to kind of garner support for the good, and it's a reminder to all of us that that's a good event. So I just congratulate you for the success. That's it. Thank you, Mayor.
I'm going to call Councilman Padilla, Mary Poppins from now on.
Maria. What's up with that?
He is one community involved person. I think we should give him a hand for all that he does. Emery Ward's not here today, so we had a bigger than usual policeman to be the sergeant of arms. And he had an emergency surgery. He's going to recover and do fine, but he'll be out for a couple weeks. So I just wanted to let him know that our thoughts are with him. And with that, we're adjourned.